that is vocabulary, different types of phobias. We're gonna discuss different types of phobias. Hope you know what is a phobia. Irrational fear or intense fear about something. Every fear has a name in English, like it can be fear of heights, it can be fear of darkness, it can be fear of forest, trees, plants, it can be fear of a Friday, it can be fear of the number 13, so it can be any fear. Irrational fear of something is termed as a phobia. Let's learn some types of phobias for today. So, what is the fear of fish called as? Fear of fish. That's called as ichthyophobia. Ichthyophobia is fear of fish. ICHTHYO and then phobia. Next is fear of doctors and medicine. Fear to take the medical treatment, medical diagnosis. Fear of doctors and nurses and medical equipments and all. That's called as iatrophobia. IATRO and then phobia. Third is fear of insect. Okay, small crawling insect. Fear of insect is called as insectophobia. Insectophobia. Also called as entomophobia. Entomophobia. ENTOMO phobia. Now the next is fear of illness. Okay, the person feels that he is about to get sick, or the person feels that he is having some sort of sickness and disease or illness. That's called as hypochondriasis. Fear of illness is called as hypochondriasis. Hypo, HYPO, chondriasis. CHONDRIASIS. Next is fear of trees, fear of forest. That's called as hylophobia. HYLO. Hylophobia. That's fear of forest. There is another word for fear of trees. That's called as dendrophobia. DENDRO. Dendrophobia is called as fear of trees. Hylophobia is another word. Next is fear of poison. Fear of poison is called as iophobia. 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 Now, there is another word. Iophobia is also the fear of rust, fear of oxidation, fear of rust. That's iophobia. There is one more word for fear of rust or oxidation, and that is toxophobia. TOXI. Toxophobia. Iophobia and toxophobia both are known as or called as fear of rust or oxidation. Iophobia is less common. Toxophobia is more common. Also, fear of poison is called as iophobia, which is less common. Next is fear of thunder and lightning. Fear of thunder and lightning. That's called as keraunophobia. Keraunophobia. Okay, KERAUNO. Keraunophobia. That's fear of thunderstorms, thunder and lightning. Next is fear of physical activity, fear of movement, fear of exertion, fear of some kind of physical activity. That's called as Kinesiophobia. Kinesiophobia. Yes, phobias are an irrational fear, yes, to be specific. Kinesiophobia. Kinesio phobia. Fear of water, which is very common, we know that is hydrophobia. Hydrophobia, especially the person who gets infected with rabies, he gets this hydrophobia, fear of water. Next is fear of stealing. Fear of stealing, fear of being robbed. Oh, somebody will steal something from me. Somebody is going to rob me. Somebody is going to forcefully take something from me. Fear of stealing is called as kleptophobia. Fear of stealing is kleptophobia. Now there is one more word, kleptomaniac. Kleptomania. What is that? Kleptomania is a person who has a habit of stealing. He has no control over that. Kleptophobia is fear that I am going to be robbed. Kleptomania is a person who has a habit of stealing. Now the next is fear of buttons on clothes. Fear of buttons on clothes is called as compaunophobia. Compaunophobia. Kompouno phobia. Compaunophobia. I am from Kerala. Next is fear of vegetables. Fear of vegetables, you can pronounce it in two ways. Fear of vegetables is called as lachanophobia. It can also be pronounced as lachanophobia. Lachanophobia or lachanophobia. Lachano phobia. Next is fear of thunder and lightning. Fear of thunder and lightning, that's called as seraunophobia. Seraunophobia. Cerauno phobia. Seraunophobia. Also called as astrophobia. Astrophobia. ASTRA phobia. Fear of thunder and lightning. Now, fear of plants. Fear of plants is called as botanophobia. 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 Botany is the branch that deals with plants, study of plants. So botanophobia, botanophobia is fear of plants. Fear of colors is chromophobia. Fear of colors. Yes, I'm trying not to laugh. Fear of colors is chromophobia. Fear of colors is chromophobia. Next is fear of books and reading. Books and reading is called as bibliophobia. A person who is afraid to read books, that person has got bibliophobia. Next is fear of needles and sharp objects, pins and knives, that's called as belenophobia. Belenophobia. BELONE phobia. Okay. Next is fear of monsters and ghosts. Monsters and ghosts, fear of spirits, fear of witches, fear of monsters and ghosts, fear of boogeyman, that's called as bogyphobia. BOGY. Bogyphobia. The name itself comes from boogeyman. Boogeyman is an imaginary evil spirit. Next is fear of mirrors and reflection. Fear of mirrors and reflection, that's called as catoptrophobia. Catoptrophobia. CATOPTRO Next is fear of fire, fear of lighter, fear of matches, fear of matchstick and all. That's called as arson phobia. ARSON. arson phobia. Next is fear of getting isolated, fear of loneliness, fear of being alone is called as autophobia, A-U-T-O phobia. Fear of gravity, that is you getting a fear of falling from the heights, that's called as barophobia, barophobia, B-A-R-O phobia. Now, fear of things or people that are not attractive or ugly. You have a fear of people, those who have no kind of beauty, those who have no kind of attraction or anything, things that are considered to be dirty and ugly, fear of that, things and people that are ugly, that's called as cacophobia, C-A-C-O, cacophobia. Next is fear of mites, M-I-T-E-S, ticks and small crawling insect, that's called as acarophobia, A-C-A-R-O phobia. Fear of mites, ticks and small crawling insect is called as acarophobia. Now, fear of large gathering of people, fear of crowd, fear of people who have gathered together, fear of congestion and all, that's called as enochlophobia, enochlophobia, E-N-O-C-H-L-O phobia. Next is fear of vomiting, fear of nauseatic. Fear of vomiting is called as emetophobia, E-M-E-T-O, emetophobia. Fear of crossing the road, fear of crossing the road, that's called as dromophobia, D-R-O-M-O, dromophobia. Another word is agyrophobia, agyrophobia, A-G-Y-R-O phobia. Next is fear of food or eating is called as cetophobia, S-I-T-O. Cetophobia is fear of food, fear of eating. Fear of dentist is dentophobia. Fear of dentist is called as dentophobia. Fear of dogs is called as cynophobia, C-Y-N-O phobia. Bogophobia should not be irrational fear. It should be rational to be fearful of evil spirits. I have been to India 7 times. I have no India phobia, lol. Although I hear Americans are being discriminated in the South, still no phobia. Okay. So that's it all for today. Stay tuned for more tomorrow.